Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is an LTTB. It's a Tier 8 Soviet light tank. It's located on the north spawn of mines and it's under the command of MCHammereD. Now MCHammereD is about to get trolled by the tank alongside him, the EBR-75FL10, who's indicating to everyone that he wants the lights to go to the hill in chat. Okay, well, game starts. And MCHammereD instead doesn't go to the hill because what he's got in mind is to go over to the island to use this bush and his binos to get shots on any enemy tanks that are going over to the South Island. No enemies have come to sight, but we can see some trees dropping in the distance. The EBR knows that he's the last one and the only one on the hill because the UDES tells him, and he departs the hill very quickly, leaving it to the enemy. And he's coming back round, and what he's going to do is he's going to troll MCHammereD. And I'm pulling back now so you can see exactly what the EBR does. He's actually now coming over there directly towards MCHammereD. And I'll stay back so you can actually see what happens. Seeing no tanks coming in, the EBR comes in and rams MCHammereD. It's a side swipe more than anything. And MCHammereD decides, well, we can't have three lights on the island because there's already the black dog there, the M4190 and the EBR. So he pulls back, and the black dog has just been killed anyway. He was an inexperienced player, and he did later say that this was his first game in the black dog. Well, MCHammereD has decided to go to another firing position because they've got enough lights on the island. What he's going to do is try and guard the east route into the cap area, and so he's gone behind these bushes. From here he can get shots on the hill and also on any enemies that come in from the east. Now I'm actually following him in sniper view now, but you'll notice the EBR is coming in, and what does the EBR do? Yes, he fires at MCHammereD twice and then rams into his side. So that's the second time that the EBR has trolled MCHammereD. Well, MCHammereD's not going to move from his position. He's still attacking the enemy in the castle. You can see a Lynx 6x6. And that Lynx seems to be moving backwards and forwards, but he's just nailed him. So that Lynx is his first kill. Well, the EBR's gone back to the island. But as he's going to the island, he goes to the same bush that MCHammereD used, and the T-54 first prototype on their team is retreating because there's a Type 59 coming onto the island. MCHammereD's locking onto that LT-432, trying to get shots on him. Trying to track him. He almost did there. Yes, he gets a shot in this time. Now, the alpha damage of the 85mm gun is 180, so he actually got a low roll there. And the LT-432 saw where he was and fired a round back, but it only hit the tracks, so he's not particularly worried about that. But he has gone to cover with good reason. And here comes that EBR-75FL10 again. Now, MCHammereD's seen that there's an UDES and a Carnarvon up on the hill. And he's now going for the UDES. He fires a round at him. The EBR goes past, and the EBR's wiped out by that UDES. So it's a pity he didn't look to see exactly who was on the island, on the hill rather. And the Type 59 on the island has just clobbered MCHammereD. Quite a big shot there, 267. He tried again. You saw the ground kicked up near the house, and MCHammereD actually backs up, which is a pretty bad move actually, considering the Type 59 is actually firing from the island, not from the hill. And he takes another round from the Carnarvon, but fires one back. Takes a round in the tracks as well from that LT-432. There's only 3 left on his team now. The T-54 first prototype and the GW Tiger P over in the corner in grid square A1. GW is taken out by the Progetto, and the T-54 first prototype's killed by the Type 59, which leaves MCHammereD as the last remaining member of his team. He puts a round into the UDES, but he's not going to be alive much longer. He's only got 23 hit points. A splash would hit him and kill him. And he's just waiting for the enemy to come from the cap, probably that Type 59, and the Arty gets him. And that was a near miss shot by the Arty. It only needed a bit of splash to take him out anyway. So, he was trolled twice by the EBR. Let's have a look at the end of battle results and see exactly how this panned out. Well, he managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 5 exactly. He didn't get a classification or any medals, but let's have a look at the team scores and see exactly who did the most damage in that game. Well, the most damage in the game was actually done by the Progetto on the enemy team, and their UDES 2924 from him, and their Type 59 2116. Those were the most dangerous enemies on the enemy team, followed by that LT432, funnily enough. When it came to MCHammereD and the amount of damage he did 704 hit points of damage, and the Panhard only did 188. So he was the one who was complaining bitterly in chat and saying very rude things about the LTTB. And yet he was the troll who rammed into the LTTB twice, fired at him twice, and rammed him out of his firing position and exposed him to the enemy. Obviously, he didn't take any fire at that particular point. But he was a troll, and there's no doubt about that. His troll behaviour was noticed. Now, the EBR, in fairness, did actually get 510 hit points of spotting assist during that game. But as you know, only half of the hit points, or only half of the XP from that spotting actually counts towards the score, the XP score of the EBR. So he only made 120 XP, whereas MCHammereD managed to get 179 because he actually did a lot more damage. He did 704 hit points of actual damage on the enemy, as well as 66 hit points of spotting assist during the game. And it should be noted that MCHammereD actually did hit the UDES, which was one of their top players, and the LT432, which was another of their top players. And of course, he also hit that Carnarvon. As you know, the Carnarvon was a little further down the table, but he did get 2 kills. But it just goes to show, you see, MCHammereD was actually being cautious. He wasn't going to go for the hill and try to seize the hill from the enemy, because the enemy was going to go in force, and they did go in force. And by the time the EBR got to the hill all alone, he decided to depart the hill because he had no support. Well, that's up to him, but then there's no reason for him to go around then bullying other players simply because he didn't get his way. And certainly not to say lots of things like calling MCHammereD a noob or a bot for not following his instructions. So, yes, this player, MrGrafi, this is the troll of the RESIS clan. Yes, he actually, if he doesn't get his way, he gets very obstreperous and starts ramming people and shooting at them. So be noted, this man is a troll and acts like a troll. He should be treated as a troll, and he will be recorded as such in our mods. So add him to your blacklist, and if he tries to platoon with you, he won't be able to. And if you see him in your team or on the enemy team in battle, yeah, do play close attention to him and make sure that he doesn't have a good game. Don't follow his instructions. This guy's a loser. He doesn't know how to win. And if everyone had followed his instruction and gone to the hill, they all would have died on the hill, because the enemy went in force onto the hill, as you saw, and most of their mediums as well turned up at the same spot. So once they captured the hill, there was no way they were going to lose it. So yes, another troll has appeared. MrGrafi of RESIS clan. Thanks for watching.